And I believe if you can hear me okay, go ahead and give me some sort of thumbs up if there are any technical issues, or if there are any issues with hearing me. Please feel free to live chat that. We are monitoring the chat live, so we can catch that update and I can get that corrected. Speak a little louder, a little clearer, or however may best help you guys. So just to get started, I want to introduce the One Stop, what our functions are. One Stop Services is located in Nellie Craig Walker Hall. That used to be called the Campus Avenue Building, or CAB as students preferred it. It was recently changed to Nellie Craig Walker Hall. That is at 301 South Campus Avenue. We are in room 101. We have a great resource on our website, miamioh.edu/one stop. We have a great resource to give us a call if you want to have, if you have time to give us a call, please feel free to do so, 513-529-0001. And we also answer emails. So if there are, if you are unable to give us a call, if you're at work, if you just have time to shoot us over a quick email, please feel free to do so, onestop@miamioh.edu. And we will reply to your emails as well, hopefully within 48 hours. Get caught up. Okay, so One Stop Services are responsible for a couple of big topics. For one, the billing and payment, which is what the purpose of this webinar is. Any questions concerning the bill or making payments, you'll want to give our office a call. Any questions concerning financial aid, deadlines, when to apply for aid, different requirements for aid, whether it is scholarships or federal aid, that is what falls under the One Stop umbrella. And then your registration, academic records, transcripts, assistance in registering for classes. Those will all be topics that you'll want to contact the One Stop Services for. We also work with our military affiliated student population as relates to our veteran benefits. That is a key piece. And we share the building in the office with Student Success Center. Is a center dedicated to the student success when there are questions that might be challenging certain populations of students, first-gen students, any students who might feel that they aren't aware of the resources available to them on campus. We share our office with the Student Success, we share our building, I should say, with the Student Success Center, and we can work in correlation with them to provide that extra support to our students who may need it. We offer services in person, as well as virtually. So students and family members can come into our office during office hours to ask questions and speak to one of our representatives and student specialists in person, Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. is our summer hours. Our school year hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so no appointment necessary. Stop by in person. We'll be able to sit down with you or the student and answer any questions you might have concerning those topics: bill and pay, registration, financial aid, or any of our military affiliated students. One of the key pieces that is important to note before we even get started is that the federal government deems students at the age of 18 as adults. Now, you know, we all know that might not necessarily be so, but for the purposes of laws and regulations, we must hold their records private, whether that is billing, payment, their financial aid records, their registration, any kind of personal information. So one of the first things that we require or recommend students to do is to let us know and grant access to specific topics such as billing and financial aid and personal information, registration, grades, any student records through what we call as FERPA, is the Families Education Right and Privacy Act. Students can do that. In the next couple of slides, I will show you how to have the student grant access And as family members and parents, you can kind of nudge the student to grant you access. In that way, when you contact our office, we're able to answer the questions that you might have, and provide you that customer service that we hope to be able to provide you as parents and family members who tend to give us a call and be a little bit more into getting the bills paid, and meeting those deadlines, and helping the students support them in their quest to register for classes or apply to financial aid. So that is FERPA. If you hear us mention FERPA, it is the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. Students can complete that once, and it will last their time here with the university. They can go in anytime and add additional access to family members or friends. And they can always take back access as well. They are free to do so, but they only have to do it once. And in that way, if you come into the one stop or if you give our office a call, we're able to share that personal information with you regarding their bill, financial aid, or registration. So in order for students to grant access, they want to go to miamioh.edu/FERPA, FERPA. At the bottom of that screen, there'll be a link that will say sharing access. Once they select on that link, they will add the family member's name, relationship to the student, and email address. They will also mark what we have permission to speak directly with the parent or family member concerning. Now, this is key because once they complete that, the family member will get an email letting them know that they've been granted access to the student's bill, financial aid, registration. And then they will be able to set up a password to log into My One Stop, which is currently My Miami, which is about to change now. They'll use their email address that the student used to grant them access and the password that they establish, and then they will go ahead and have access to the bill, financial aid, registration, or anything the student has granted them access. They'll be able to log in, they'll be able to view the bill, they'll be able to make payments, and they will not need to use the student's password. They will have one of their own. Key thing is that you want to make sure you get this complete within 72 hours. So as soon as the student grants you access, check your email. Hopefully it doesn't go into spam. And then you will be able to set up a password of your own to log into the system. We will also, when we email the student the billing notification, the bills are available, or any kind of financial aid tips, we will email any family member who has been granted access to that as well. And hopefully you guys have done this already. We've received many of calls since the bills were released, and we do check FERPA, and many students have already been on top of this. So that is great to see. If for whatever reasons your student hasn't granted you access at the same place, miamioh.edu/FERPA, you can nudge the student to grant you access. It'll say a little section that says instructions for student to grant access to records. This will not automatically grant you access. What it will do is it will send the student over an email letting them know that that you have requested access to their grades, their bills, their financial aid, in which case the student can log on to FERPA grant access page and grant you that access. Another key piece to the bill that you guys are probably already aware of is student health insurance. So Miami University requires all students to have health insurance who are registered for full time. This charge comes on for fall and spring term. It is waivable if you have your own, if your student is under your own personal health insurance. In order to waive that, you want to go to miamioh.edu/SHS, as in Student Health Services. Now, many of you have already done that. It does take about 3 to 5 business days to credit off of your account. That first charge first semester was $902. And many of you have already probably seen that on the bill if you had not waived it prior to the bills being released. It is not too late. Like I said, that deadline is August 1st. Once you waive it, you'll receive confirmation that they'll prove the waiver has been submitted. And then, like I said, give it 3 to 5 business days to actually credit off of your account. I will try to remember later on when we discuss the bill and the payment options to how to work around that credit. Um, but in case I forget, I'll just say now, if you are looking to make a payment, I recommend, and you have waived the health insurance, I'd recommend paying everything but the $902 or setting up a payment plan for the amount due minus the $902. And that way, after you waive it and after it's been 3 to 5 business days, that credit of $902 will come off of your account. And then that will either zero your balance out or will bring your payment plan to the correct amount to cover the bill. So our billing notifications went out on July 12th. Students received an email letting them know that their bills were available to view. If your student had already granted you access through FERPA, then the parent or family members would have received an email as well, letting them know that the bill had been available to view. You were able to click on the link under the My Account information. Students were able to view or pay their bursar bill. Family members, under the Family tab to the right, it would have had the student's account information. It would have had the bursar account. It would have had a link to view or pay the bill. You would have been able to select that. When you do select that, you want to make sure that the student has viewed their bill first. A couple things that might pop up. You might have to create an account. If you are new to the system, you only have to create an account once. Also, it'll ask you if you're interested in tuition insurance in case you have to withdraw mid-semester for any reason. Feel free to look into that tuition insurance. You can decline it just to get through to view the bill. And you can always go back into our tuition insurance website and sign up for it if that is something that you want to look further into and potentially purchase to kind of cover yourself in case of an emergency in which the student has to withdraw from classes mid-semester. Once you get through that, you will be able to view the student's bursar bill and with the option of making a payment or selecting a payment plan. Just quick note that over the course of the semester, there may be some additional charges that are applied to the student's account. These are typically like car fines or library fines, parking permits. If there's been an addition to the meal plan that has been made late or additional MULA, for example, these charges will automatically populate on a bursar bill. We do a monthly billing notification, but anytime you view the bill online, those updates should be automatically there. Just it's the same way as if you're making a payment. If you're making a payment, as soon as we receive that payment, that bill will be updated in real time as well. So even though we bill a monthly update for students who has changes to their bursar bill, you can always view the bill to catch any kind of live charges or payments at any time. The billing due date for August, I apologize. The billing due date will be August 10th. So that's key. Bills are released on July 12th and they will be due on August 10th. When I say due, you want to either have the payment in full or have established an actual payment plan by that date. If there are 529 payments or outside scholarships that are coming, please feel free to give us a call and let us know. We will note the account so that there is no late fee that is applied at that time. You can also note about the 529 payment plan on the portal, letting us know that that is coming. So if you've paid everything and there's been a leftover balance on the bill, just give us a call and say, hey, I know we've set up a payment plan or we've paid everything but $1,000. The reason why is because we have a 529 payment plan coming, or we have an outside scholarship through a church or a high school that's coming that's going to cover that. We know that you can't really dictate how quickly those payments get to us. So if you give us a call and let us know, we will work with you to make sure that there's no late payments applied on the account as of that August 10th due date. It's just important for you to let us know that. And then we know that the reason why there's a balance remaining on your account is because that additional payment is coming. So August 10th is the due date that you want to kind of keep in mind. So like I said, you'll be able to view the bill online. bills are not sent through a paper form. We no longer do paper invoices. We actually haven't done that in probably about 5 to 10 years. Um, the fall invoices, which you'll see, is the actual tuition charge, the actual general fee. So instructional fee will be the cost of tuition. The general fee will be the cost of entry into our rec center, our library, any sporting events. If we have celebrities that are in town, you can attend, the student can attend those events. Pretty much they will use their ID card and get in. They can use our busing system across campus. You know, these events are quote unquote free to the student, but the reason why they're free is because somebody's already paid for them in their general fee. There will be additional coursework fee possibilities if there are labs that are unique to the students' courses that they are registered for, chemistry lab fee or business course surcharge fee, then that will be a charge on there as well. There will be the pending credits, which will be the merit scholarship that students are awarded, as well as any federal aid that they have completed the criteria for and have met the requirements to receive. A couple key pieces as it relates to the federal aid is you'll want to make sure that you accept, or the student, parents and family members cannot accept aid on behalf of the student. Grants and scholarships are automatically accepted. That is money you do not have to pay back, and so we automatically get those authorized for students who are full-time. But the loans to the federal government is something that you will want to accept. Not only will you want to accept those loans, you'll want to visit studentaid.gov and complete the entrance counseling in the master promissory note. That has been something that has popped up frequently as to why those loans were not being reflective as pending on students' bills. It is because those key pieces have not been met. So the bill will have the tuition charges, housing and meal plan charges, coursework, specific course fee work, the career development fee, which is a fee that you will see on the bill. That is access to our career center, which is a great opportunity for students to get resume work, mock interviews, assistance in looking for internships and jobs. You'll see that on a bill. You'll see the pending credits for the merit scholarship and the financial aid, and then you will see the total amount due. With that total amount due, you will have the option of making a one-time payment or selecting an actual payment plan. So for our payment plan option, we have two options. We have the 4-pay plan, which is coming up relatively quickly as far as the second payment. That will be on July 30th. You still have time to sign up for that option. And then you have the 3-pay plan, which you'll have two options to sign up for the first payment of either August 5th or August 20th. And those are each month on those dates, August, September, and October, or July, August, September, or October. There is the enrollment fee. That is the key charge for the payment plan. There is no interest. There's no penalty if you pay it off early. And the payment plan is something that you will have the option of doing every semester. So to backtrack, when you receive the bill on July 12th, that is for first semester, for fall semester. For spring, you will get a bill, in December, the first week of December, you will get a bill for spring. And you'll have the opportunity to set up a payment plan option again for your spring bill. So when you set up this payment plan, just keep in mind it is for fall term bill only. And then you'll have to pay the enrollment fee again for second semester come spring. There is no payment plan option for winter or summer terms. We do accept payment via electronic check online. You'll just need your routing number and your account number. We accept all major credit cards, domestic and international. Just a heads up, there is a convenience fee for any of the credit card options, typically 2.3 to 2.9%. The higher you charge, closer to 2.3% it is. The lower you charge, the closer to 2.9% it is. That is a convenience fee through the actual credit card company. Before you submit the payment, it will let you know how much that that convenience fee is. Quick note, they will treat a debit card like a credit card. So if you have a debit card, you have a checking account, and I'd recommend using your routing number and account number to make a payment electronically with a check for no charge before you use a debit card. We do accept all 529 plan options. The quickest way to get those payments to us is to contact a 529 provider, provide them with the student's name, the student's unique ID or banner ID, provide them with the amount that you want them to pay, and provide them with our mailing address so that they can send the payment directly to us. That mailing address is 301 South Campus Avenue, room 123. That is out of Oxford, Ohio, 45056. And I'll repeat that. 301 South Campus Avenue, room 123, Oxford, Ohio, 45056. They can make payment, and this is for anybody who's sending in a check or money order as well. You can make payment available to, or make payment to Miami University, payable to Miami University. And with any payment that you do mail in, just like with the 529 provider, make sure the student's banner ID or unique ID is on there. So that's the way we can make sure that we apply those payments to the correct account. If they have any questions, they can reach out directly to us. We can work with them to kind of coordinate the payment. The phone number you'll want to make sure you provide them is our one-stop phone number, 513-529-0001. If you are a military affiliated student, we do process veteran certifying benefits for specific chapters. I would say, and I know the website, don't worry about jotting it down real quick. I believe the last page of this webinar will have it. Visit our website, miamioh.edu/veterans. And that will let you know how to go about requesting the benefits from the VA, as well as letting the university know that you intend on using veteran benefits to cover your tuition bill. I'm going to take this opportunity to take a quick sip of water. I got this water bottle, so I apologize if it's a loud plastic bottle that you're about to hear, but bear with me. All right. So hopefully you guys are following along. If you have questions, go ahead and chat them and use the Q&A function, and I will answer them to the best of my ability towards the end here of this webinar. I want to touch on Redhawk refunds. It's our direct deposit. If there are times where the university owes the student money back, and don't get too excited, these are rare and they are purposeful. Sometimes family members or parents request more funds or accept more aid than what their bill reflects, because they need the additional funds for a laptop or iPad or off-campus living expenses later on in the college career of the student. We can refund the credit directly to the student through direct deposit. It is through our Redhawk Refund. What happens is the student will sign into Redhawk Refund. They will let us know what account that they would like that refund to go into. It could be the student's personal account. It could be a parent's account. We really don't police what the account is from. In that way, anytime there's a credit to the student's account, whether it is for a class that is dropped or an overpay, we will refund that directly to the student. Quick, most efficient way to get that refund to the student, if they need those funds for books or school supplies, then you're not waiting for a check to be in the mail or to the dorm. That money gets directly deposited directly to that account. Excuse me. So that's through our Redhawk Refund. We do have a website, miamioh.edu/Redhawk refunds. If you are interested in signing up for that, that is an optional service. Like I said, if not, then you will be waiting for a check to come in the mail, And for students who are needing those funds relatively quickly, that might that might be a little bit of a stress for them. Just a couple of additional links. For our scholarships, you must be enrolled in full time. So full time is 12 credit hours. If you are receiving a merit scholarship, this for internal scholarships, and it's not reflected on a student bill, it is possible that they are not enrolled in full time credit hours. For federal direct loans, at least half time, 6 credit hours. And so all aid is based on the eligibility, all aid eligibility is based on enrolled hours. I talked a little bit about making sure that the student not only accepts the federal loan through their portal, but also completes the master promissory note and entrance counseling. That could be done at studentaid.gov. If for whatever reasons you receive the bill and the total due, you can't make a payment in full, you can't split it up into a payment plan, you need some additional resources. The federal government does offer a Parent Plus loan. You can apply for a Parent Plus loan at studentaid.gov. That is based off of credit. If for whatever reasons you are denied a Parent Plus loan because of credit, let the One Stop know via email. We can in turn offer the student an additional $4,000 in an unsubsidized loan due to that parent denial. But you do have to apply for it and you do have to be denied in order to unlock that additional loan. Private loans will be the only other option. And we do have a website through Fast Choice, miamioh.edu/loans. If you visit that website, you'll see a link that says private loans. You'll see a link that says Fast Choice. You select that link and we provide you a list of different private loans that we have received over the years. We'll have the interest rates, some of the perks as far as the repayment plan. You can look to see which loans best fits your financial circumstances, and you can also apply from that website as well. So that is important. Like I said, a couple websites that are important is the One Stop website, miamioh.edu/one stop. Student Health Services website, miamioh.edu/student health services, SHS, if you're looking to waive the balance or waive, not the balance, unfortunately, waive the health insurance. We would all love to waive the balance, but waive the health insurance charge. Make sure you do that by August 1st. And just keep those key websites in mind. An important piece that I do want to touch on for you guys, and if you want to visit the One Stop website, you can get this information as well. But keep in mind, we do have a refund policy for drop classes. You can register for 12 credit hours. You can register for 20 credit hours. You're going to get charged the same amount once you're full time. So students who drop from 20 credit hours to 18 credit hours, 20 credit hours to 14 credit hours, there is no refund for the tuition for that kind of drop in courses. It's only when you drop from full time to under full time that you are able to get a refund from those courses. But the key is to do it within the time in which the refund is available to students. And that refund for 100% of the refund for the course must be done within the first 5 days of the term. So that's relatively quickly. But again, this isn't for dropping from 20 credit hours to 16 credit hours or 20 credit hours to 12 credit hours, because everybody's paying the same amount after 12 credit hours. This is only if you're dropping a class that's going to bring you under full time. And then you are able to get a refund for that course within the first 5 days of the term. Withdrawing from the university, however, is a little bit different, but it's still important for you to look into. So our withdrawal from university schedule, as you can see on the screen, does not include weekends. But for the first 5 days of the term, if you withdraw from university, you're at 100% from days to 6 to 8, 90%, from 9 to 20, 50%, and so forth and so on. So please view our website, miamioh.edu/refunds. And make sure you familiarize yourself, not just for this current term, but for future terms as it relates to Miami University's refund policy as for classes that you drop below full-time for or for withdrawing from the university. And these are just from fall and spring semester. When you view miamioh.edu/refunds, make sure you check out summer term and J term as well, because those could be a little different. Finally, I believe I want to thank you for the time that you allowed. Open this up to answer some questions that you might have. If there are questions about your housing and meal plan, feel free to email Campus Services Center at miamioh.edu or call them directly at 513-529-5000. They will answer all of your questions about your housing, meal plan, or even MULA. MULA was one thing that I did not mention. MULA, if anybody has purchased MULA, is for all those things that we used to use quarters for back in our day. So copy machine, vending machine, laundry machine. You no longer have to fish around for quarters to pay. Parents and family members add to MULA. And then the students are able to swipe their ID card and use those functions through their MULA account. It does not pull from their meal plan. It pulls from MULA. One thing about MULA is I would recommend starting at a low amount, because you can always add $25 here, $50 there. You can always add as needed. But housing and meal plan goes to the Campus Services Center, including MULA. Feel free to email them with questions about the charges or when dorm rooms will be released or when roommates will be released. And you can call them as well. Also, book purchases are not applied to the Bursar bill. So you'll want to purchase your books either through our Brick and Ivy Campus e-store. You can do so. If you have questions, you can give them a call, 513-529-2600. But there are other options to purchasing the books online through different search engines. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the different options out there, but it's a lot different than what it was even from when I was in school back in the 90s, where we only had the campus bookstore to go to, where we had to purchase all of our books. Nowadays, students could look around for electronic books, used books, and really shop around online to make sure they have the options of purchasing books. And with that, I will take a quick moment to review some questions and kind of answer them as we go. I appreciate your time again, you guys. You've been great. Thank you. All right, you guys. So we did get a couple quick questions. We got a lot of good questions. Hopefully I was able to answer some of them. So spring semester bills will be released the first week of December. They will be due on January 6th. So another question we had is federal aid. So the FAFSA is based off of the 2020 parent or guardian income. Because that is 2 years ago, a lot can happen in a 2-year period, and we are aware of that. And the federal government graciously allowed us to offer a mechanism to inform us of any kind of financial changes that might have taken place. We do have what we call a special circumstance appeal. If your financial circumstances has changed and maybe 2022 your financial circumstances from 2020 isn't an accurate assessment of your current financial circumstances, I'd recommend completing a special circumstance appeal. The easiest way to do that is to email the one stop at one stop at miamioh.edu. In the subject line, put special circumstance appeal. And in the body of the email, just let us know why 2020 was not an accurate assessment of your current financial circumstances. Just a high level overview. We are the middleman. We have a committee that reviews these. If they have further questions, they'll reach out to you with further questions. So you don't have to, sometimes these are very personal circumstances. You don't have to um, tell everything in the email, but just a high level overview as to why your current financial circumstances or the circumstances back in 2020 isn't as accurate currently as they were then. And then we will get that to the appeals committee. They can review your federal aid to see if it assists more in opening up any additional federal aid to you. So that's a special circumstance appeal. Email the one stop, subject line, special circumstance appeal. In the body, let us know why um, your current financial circumstances aren't reflective of the circumstances submitted in the FAFSA from 2020. We'll go back on mute to review some of these questions and then be right back with you. Okay, so we did have a question about the Parent Plus loan, and Amy, who is here with me, I wasn't going to mention her name, but she's been an excellent resource on chatting back some of these questions. The Parent Plus loan, and even private loans for that matter, you want to make sure you request for the year, and then when we certify them, they will be split in half. But that does not include summer or spring. So keep that in mind. There might be additional private loans or Parent Plus loans that are needed for those terms. But when you apply for a Parent Plus loan or a private loan, you want to make sure you apply for the amount for the full year. And then they will disperse in half for each semester. So unfortunately, you cannot. One of the questions we have is what kind of fees are waivable. Health insurance really is the only waivable fee. We cannot waive or adjust the general fee for services like sporting events or the rec center. Um, it is a part of the Miami experience. You know, it is an option available to students if they want to attend. I think it is, I know that's not for everybody. Not everybody goes to the gym. Not everybody goes to the rec center. Not everybody goes to the celebrities that come and speak. But it is paid for, and so it is good that you try to utilize, or the student tries to utilize some of these options and opportunities, because these fees can't be adjusted or waived. And so so the parent or family member or even a student in some cases are paying for these in advance, but unfortunately they are unable to be waived. So nudge a student, even if they aren't into sports or rock climbing or swimming, some of those things, to check it out and try, because they are paid for and a part of the tuition and fees for the university. When should students order and buy books? Honestly, this is probably not a good question for me. I don't want to give bad information. I will just speak freely, if you don't mind, from my experience. It's been a while since I was a student. I would say probably the first week of school, you want to go to classes, you want to review the syllabus, you want to see if the class is for you. If you decide to stay in the class and you want to go ahead and order the books, see what kind of books that they are recommending. The only reason why I say that, I know it's kind of late, and so I hesitate to give you guys that kind of advice, but I don't want to buy books the first week of August for a class that the student ends up not staying in, or still changing their schedule. So not much happens that first week of school except for introductions to the course and the syllabus, and the professor and the plans and expectations. I think within that first week, once the student knows that they're going to remain in that class, they can go ahead and make the plans for the book purchase. My own personal opinion, don't hold it to me. You can obviously buy books whenever, but you know, you buy a book and you're still changing your classes, or you decide to change courses, might just kind of be more of a pain than what you need to do with at the time. So I personally don't see anything wrong with doing it the first week, but it is something that is up to you, and just to give you something to think about. All right, you guys. Well, it does look like we've answered the questions that we can answer. I know there was a couple of questions that we chatted back because we need some additional resources for. But again, I do thank you for your time. Welcome to the Miami family. And if you do have any questions, feel free to stop by the One Stop, like I said, in person, or give us a call. I know hold times have been a little bit crazy this past week with the bills being released. I apologize in advance for that. But that is typically just that, that first week when bills are released, we're pretty easy to get in contact with, and stop in and visit. So feel free to reach out to us. Our virtual appointments have been pretty full as well. But starting pretty much the first week of August, there should be some more openings available to people. If you would like to sign up to meet with us virtually, we are able to do that as well. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you again for your time. I'm not sure how much you guys have heard of that because there was an accidental mute, but I appreciate your time this afternoon. Take care. Thank you.